Make yourself comfortable. We continue the massive disinfection of myths about expensive health, and we'll analyze 66 products that will disappoint marketers and please your bank account. Forget the hipster illusions. Elitist health is merely an expensive myth, and we are about to prove it. Product 1. Rye bread versus gluten-free fitness bars. You've been led to believe that gluten is poison, and you obediently pay 5 times more for a tasteless sponge that only inflates your blood sugar. Now take a look at the heavy, angry brick of real rye bread that lies forlorn in the corner. Do you know that rye is the true genetic armor of our ancestors? Rye bread has an extremely low glycemic index. It does not cause insulin swings and keeps you full for half a day, not just 15 minutes. It contains an order of magnitude more magnesium and iron than cornstarch sold to you as health. Real rye bread is a prebiotic that nourishes your... While you chase fashion, your blood vessels cry out for simple, complex carbohydrates that cost a pittance. Rye bread is food for those who plan to live to 100 in sound mind, not just to look trendy in line at the checkout. Stop buying air and pretty packaging. Take what has weight and real nutrient density. Product 2. Sea buckthorn versus exotic superberries and açaí. Marketers sing songs about berries from tropical forests that supposedly heal everything, from melancholy to cavities. You buy frozen açaí puree or dried fruits from exotic bushes. Meanwhile, our markets and gardens are overflowing with sea buckthorn, a berry that is valued more than gold in China and Tibet, while we consider it just a bush. Sea buckthorn is the only fruit in our latitudes containing omega-7 fatty acids. Its concentration of vitamin C and carotenoids is such that your imported smoothies seem like merely tinted water. Sea buckthorn oil, found right inside the berry, it is a Siberian pineapple that far surpasses most nuts and oils in vitamin E content. You could spend thousands on skin supplements, or you could simply brew a hand. Sea buckthorn does not need advertising. It needs you to stop being a victim of imports. While you're seeking salvation in the Amazon jungles, it grows right under your fence and costs mere pennies. It is a true vitamin bomb that not only heals, but also protects your budget from unnecessary expenses. Product 3. Walnut versus macadamia and pecan. Entering the nut section today is like visiting a jewelry store. Macadamia nuts in their shells cost as much as a small silver bar. You are told about their incredible creamy taste and exclusivity, and you fall for it, forgetting about biology. Now take a look at the walnut, which resembles a brain for a reason. It's the only nut that contains alpha-linolenic acid, plant-based omega-3, at a level sufficient for real support for the heart and brain. Macadamia is mostly saturated fats and sweet flavor, and it has almost none of the antioxidant polyphenols that our good old walnut is rich in. Studies confirm that regular walnut consumption lowers bad cholesterol levels and improves cognitive functions in people over 40. It has more iodine and magnesium than most of its exotic counterparts from Australia or Africa. You pay for the exoticness and the difficulty of peeling, but you should be paying for the nutrient. The walnut is a strategic reserve for your intellect, available in any vegetable stall. Stop sponsoring logistics across the ocean. Invest in your brain the tested and inexpensive way. Checkmate, lovers of expensive shells. Garlic versus echinacea and pharmacy immune modulators. When cold season hits, you rush to the pharmacy for brightly colored boxes labeled "For Immunity," spending your budget on tinctures and synthetic tablets. You believe that an extract from a rare flower will save you from the virus that is already breathing in your face on the subway. Yet you have the most powerful, broad-spectrum antibiotic created by nature right in your desk drawer. Ordinary garlic. Its active ingredient, allicin, has such bactericidal power that it can suppress the growth. Garlic not only kills microbes, it activates your own T lymphocytes, turning your immune system into an elite special forces unit. Unlike expensive dietary supplements, the efficacy of which is often unproven, garlic's effectiveness is supported by thousands of years of practice and hundreds of modern protocols. Furthermore, it fantastically cleans blood vessels of cholesterol plaques, acting as a cheap and effective plumber for your bloodstream. Yes, you may not smell like roses, but a lively and healthy person with a garlic smell is far more appealing than a pale flu victim with an empty wallet. Just crush a clove, wait 10 minutes for the allicin to activate, and eat it with that very rye bread. This is your free insurance policy that is always at hand and will never let you down. Product 5. Buckwheat versus quinoa and bulgur. Quinoa is the gold of the Incas. Bulgur is the treasure of the East. So the price tags in the health food section proclaim, making you feel poor. You buy these grains because Instagram told you that this is the only way to achieve a flat stomach and enlightenment. At this time, our native buckwheat is essentially a wild grass that cannot be modified or treated with chemicals, as it suppresses weeds on its own. Buckwheat is the absolute champion in rutin content, a substance that makes your capillaries strong and prevents your legs from swelling. It contains more iron and bioavailable protein than the praised quinoa, which you have to travel to the other side of the world for. Buckwheat is a complex carbohydrate that is absorbed slowly, providing energy without insulin spikes, which is critical for diabetes prevention. It is one of the few grains that does not acidify the body and is perfect for deep liver detox. While gourmets are trying to cook tasteless quinoa properly, you get a powerful dose of quercetin and amino acids from ordinary porridge. Buckwheat is a cultural code and biological protection for our people, costing peanuts while providing immense benefits. Why pay for an imported brand when you have an exemplary longevity product right next to you? Eat buckwheat and leave the tales of the Incas to those who love to overpay for fashion. Product 6. Lard versus avocado. Avocado has become a religion. It is spread on toast, added to smoothies, and you've been made to believe that this is healthy fat, while animal fat is a sure death from a heart attack. Now sit down and listen. Ordinary salted lard contains arachidonic acid, which is absent in avocado. This acid is a key element for the functioning of your heart valve and the construction of brain cell membranes. Lard is a concentrate of selenium, a powerful antioxidant that is catastrophically lacking for the In small doses, 20 to 30 grams, lard does not raise cholesterol. On the contrary, it helps the gallbladder to function like clockwork. Avocado is transported to us across half the world, treated with gases to prevent rotting, while lard is a pure product that has nourished the strongest people for centuries. The fat-soluble vitamins A, D, and E from lard are almost fully absorbed, providing you with energy and hormonal health. It is the ideal product for those who want to have strong nerves and healthy skin in our climate. Stop chasing after green gold from Mexico when we have our own, white, tried and true. A piece of lard with garlic on rye bread is the best breakfast for surviving in a metropolis. Red cabbage versus microgreens and elite salads. Microgreens are beautiful, tiny sprouts in plastic trays priced like a full dinner at a restaurant. You believe that a couple of these sprigs will save you from vitamin deficiency and cleanse your karma. Now pay attention to the dense purple head of red cabbage, weighing 2 kilograms and costing less than a pack of sprouts. The purple color contains anthocyanins, powerful protectors of your vessels and brain cells from oxidative stress. Part 4 of 31. Red cabbage contains dozens of times more nutrients than green cabbage, and hundreds of times more than the weak sprouts from the greenhouse. It contains vitamin U, which heals the stomach lining, and a hefty dose of vitamin K for the strength of your bones. Red cabbage can be stored for... It is an incredible source of fiber that literally sweeps toxins out of your intestines without requiring much expense. You can make a bowl of salad that costs 50 rubles and provides you with more protection than any elite mix from the supermarket. While others chew on expensive greens, you're building your immunity on a foundation of anthocyanins and sulfur. Red cabbage is the choice of a smart person who values nutrient density over packaging beauty. Make it the basis of your... Product 8. Canned sardines versus fresh, farm-raised salmon. You stand in front of the fish counter, looking at salmon whose price makes you doubt the necessity of breakfast. You believe that this fish, raised in a cage and fed with colored feed, will grant you health. Look down at the cans of regular Atlantic sardines in their own juice. Sardines are wild fish that have never seen antibiotics and grew in the open ocean feeding on plankton. A can of sardines contains more calcium than a liter of milk because you eat them with their soft bones, an ideal source for your joints. The omega-3 content in wild sardines is often higher than in fatty farm-raised salmon, while the mercury level is significantly lower. This is an ideal protein that requires no lengthy cooking and is always on hand, providing you with vitamin D during the darkest times of the year. Coenzyme Q10 in sardines is well preserved, supporting your heart and providing energy to your cells. You pay for the salmon brand and receive an average product, while the unassuming can of sardines is the true gold standard of nutrition. Sardines are the food of centenarians in Sardinia and Okinawa, not a marketing product for money extraction. Switch to wild-caught. It's more honest, cheaper, and hundreds of times healthier for your body. Product 9. Carrots with fat versus expensive eyesight supplements with beta-carotene. You're in your 40s, your eyesight is starting to fail, you swallow synthetic beta-carotene hoping for a miracle, while a regular carrot withers away in your vegetable drawer. Carrots are a natural reservoir of carotenoids that are... The secret is simple. Carrots need to be eaten with fat, sour cream, or our sunflower oil. Otherwise, the benefits will just pass by. One large carrot contains several daily norms of the precursor to vitamin A, which is absorbed much better than pharmaceutical chemicals. Moreover, carrots are rich in silicon, which makes your blood vessels elastic and your skin firm, achievements that no pill can provide. This is the cheapest way to support twilight vision and protect mucous membranes from infections during the winter season. The fiber in carrots acts as a gentle sorbent, helping the liver cope with the strain after your festive feasts. While marketers come up with new names for extracts, you can simply munch on the orange root and see real results. Carrots are not just a side dish. They are a fundamental product for your youth, accessible to everyone. Make yourself a salad of grated carrots and forget the way to the expensive supplements aisle. Product 10. Baked onion against pricey prebiotic complexes. You feel heaviness in your stomach and buy trendy powders with inulin and fiber to regulate digestion. These beautiful jars promise you paradise in your gut, but they cost as much as a meal at a nice restaurant. Now take an ordinary onion and bake it in the oven, right in its skin. That's pure, natural inulin in high concentration. When cooked, the onion loses its aggressive sharpness but retains the polysaccharides that are the best treat for your beneficial bacteria. Baked onion is a gentle sorbent that does not irritate the stomach walls but effectively restores motility. It contains sulfur, essential for if you throw out the onion or fear its smell, you deprive yourself of the cheapest way to detoxify your body. An onion diet, in moderation, can work wonders for your skin and overall tone, as a clean gut is the key to a clear face. This penny remedy works better than imported powders because it is created by nature in conjunction with accompanying enzymes. Don't let them sell you fiber in capsules at gold prices when it grows in every garden. Baked onion is the wisdom of our ancestors that we traded for shiny labels. How do you like the first 10? Do you feel the marketing shell beginning to crumble, revealing real benefits? We have only scratched the surface of our rational list. Ahead are still 56 products, each one a blow to the gut of the useless consumption industry. Your wallet is already starting to feel relief, and your body, anticipation of real. We will continue to debunk myths and rehabilitate what you have come to regard as food for the poor. In fact, this is food for the wise. Stay tuned, the next batch of 10 facts is on the way. We've only just warmed up. Product 11. Chicory against specialty coffee and decaf. You stand in line for a cup of coffee, the price of which is equivalent to 2 kilograms of buckwheat, believing that this caffeine will give you energy and status. If your heart starts to act up, you switch to decaf, a product from which caffeine has been extracted using chemical solvents, and you pay even more for that. And now look at the humble pack of chicory that you walk by with the arrogance of a coffee sommelier. Did you know that chicory is a champion in inulin content, a unique prebiotic that literally builds your immune system in the gut? Unlike coffee, chicory doesn't rob you of magnesium and calcium. On the contrary, it helps with their absorption, soothing the nervous system instead of the bitter glycosides in its composition are the best gift for your liver and gallbladder, making them work without stagnation. You spend thousands on atmosphere in cafes, while you could be getting your daily dose of beneficial fibers and metabolic support for pennies. Chicory helps control blood sugar levels, preventing those hunger pangs that make you buy expensive pastries. This is a drink for those who want to be truly energetic, not just temporarily hyped up. Stop paying for marketing noise and caffeine dependency when health is sold in the grocery department as the root of a common roadside flower. Product 12. Turnip versus daikon and exotic root vegetables. We've forgotten about turnips, turning them into a fairy tale remnant, and now we buy watery daikon or mysterious Jerusalem artichokes at tropical fruit prices. Do you believe that overseas roots will cleanse your body while the true queen of our fields collects dust on the shelf for 30 rubles? Turnips are a concentrate of glucosinolates, substances that have proven anti-cancer effects and specific antibacterial properties. They contain more vitamin C than imported lemons, and their ability to last all winter without losing properties makes them a benchmark for winter nutrition. Turnips have a unique set of trace elements, including sulfur, which is necessary for the health of your hair and skin clarity. They act as a powerful sorbent, removing heavy metals from the body, which is critical for residents of industrial cities. You can stew. They are the perfect side dish for those watching their weight, as they are low in calories but provide monumental satiety. Stop looking for salvation in Japanese roots when our native gold lies at your feet, waiting for its moment. Turnips are not the past. They are the high-tech future of your health, if you have the wisdom to prepare them. Checkmate to fans of tasteless exoticism. Chicken feet versus powdered collagen peptides. The beauty industry sells you hydrolyzed collagen in beautiful jars, promising you pay $3,000 to $4,000 for a portion of a powder that is, in fact, repurposed waste from meat production. Meanwhile, in the meat department, Did you know that this is nearly pure, natural collagen of the first and third types in the most bioavailable form? When simmered for a long time, the chicken feet release hyaluronic acid, chondroitin, and glucosamine into the broth. This is the building material for your ligaments and cartilage, which is absorbed by the body as if it were its own, without unnecessary chemicals and sweeteners. Broth made from chicken feet is a youth elixir that costs mere pennies but outperforms any synthetic supplements in terms of effectiveness. Your grandmothers didn't know the term biorevitalization. They simply made aspic and had strong bones well into old age. Stop sponsoring pharmaceutical giants by buying their magic dust in jars. Buy a kilogram of chicken feet. Cook them with garlic and bay leaves, and your knees will thank you in the language of comfortable movement. This is the harsh truth of biology. Real benefits often look unappealing, but work without fail. Product 14. Sesame seeds. You are told that after 40, bones become fragile, and you need to drink milk by the liter or swallow chalk tablets from the pharmacy. You buy expensive supplements that often just settle as stones in your kidneys, never reaching your skeleton. Now look at sesame, the tiny seed we are used to seeing only on fast food buns. In 100 grams of unhulled sesame, there's almost 1,000 milligrams of calcium. That's your entire daily requirement, in a form that is perfectly balanced by... Sesame is rich in phytoestrogens, which are critically important for women during menopause, protecting them from osteoporosis and skin aging. It contains sesamin, a powerful antioxidant that accelerates fat burning and protects the liver from oxidative damage. This plant-based source of strength doesn't cause inflammation in the intestines, unlike industrial milk. Stop believing the ads about strong bones from plastic bottles. Turn to the experience of the East, where sesame is considered a symbol of immortality. This is the cheapest and most effective way to maintain good posture and strong teeth without the involvement of marketing dentists. Just don't forget to grind it to unlock this treasure trove of nutrients. Product 15. Apple cider vinegar versus detox drinks and fat burners. You buy detox shots in trendy bars for hundreds of rubles, believing that a mixture of water with lemon and ginger will work wonders for your metabolism. Marketers sell you fat-burning capsules that only raise your heart rate and empty your wallet. Meanwhile, there's a bottle of natural apple cider vinegar sitting in your kitchen, a fermented product that costs a pittance and works more effectively than any chemical. Acetic acid actually increases cell sensitivity to insulin, allowing you not to store fat after every carbohydrate intake. Just 1 tablespoon of vinegar in a glass of water before meals reduces the glycemic index of your lunch by 30%, preventing drowsiness and cravings for sweets. It is a natural probiotic that suppresses the growth of pathogenic fungi and bacteria in your stomach, improving digestion without expensive tablets. Apple cider vinegar helps absorb iron and calcium from food, making your diet twice as effective. You're looking for a magic bullet for weight loss? While it sits on the shelf with sauces, waiting for you to... This is the cheapest way to maintain a healthy pH and clean blood vessels, proven by decades of scientific practice. Stop paying for Product 16. Bay leaf against expensive, digestive teas and blends. You suffer from bloating or heaviness and buy imported teas with exotic herbs that cost as much as a package of good tea. You believe that only Alpine herbs can bring order to your stomach. Now take a look at the bag of bay leaves that you habitually toss into soup. Bay laurel is a powerful antiseptic and fungicide containing essential oils that can suppress putrefactive processes in the intestines. A bay leaf infusion has been used for centuries to eliminate excess salts from joints and to alleviate conditions in diabetes. It contains phytosterols that interfere with the absorption of excess cholesterol, protecting your arteries from plaques. Bay leaves help control blood sugar levels, acting as a gentle preventive measure against metabolic syndrome. You throw it out of your plate, while you could use it as a full-fledged medicine that costs almost nothing. A couple of leaves brewed in a thermos will give you more lightness. This is your secret weapon against chronic inflammation that is always at hand. Stop ignoring the power of familiar spices. They are backed by centuries of successful survival of our ancestors in harsh conditions. Bay leaves are not just a seasoning. They are your free gastroenterologist in the kitchen cabinet. Product 17. Frozen cranberries against imported berries and superfood smoothie. In winter, you wistfully look at plastic packs of blueberries or strawberries that cost as much as a gold ingot and taste like cardboard. You buy these vitamins, not realizing that they contain more pesticides and growth stimulants than actual benefits. Meanwhile, cranberries lie in the freezers. Cranberries are absolute leaders in proanthocyanidin content, protecting your urinary system and kidneys from infections better than any antibiotics. They contain ursolic acid, which helps maintain muscle mass and burn visceral fat, which is critical after the age of 45. Cranberry juice without sugar is a powerful remedy for edema and chronic fatigue, costing 5 times less than any smoothie from a cafe. You seek antioxidants in açaí berries, while our northern berry offers you top-tier anti-aging protection. It is the ideal product for strengthening the walls of blood vessels and capillaries, not afraid of freezing and always available. Stop sponsoring the logistics of tasteless plastic strawberries from overseas. Buy cranberries, mash them with honey, and receive genuine Siberian protection that won't break the bank. Product 18. Radish, black or green, against bitterness in dietary supplements for bile. You purchase expensive supplements with art. These capsules cost a decent amount of money, although they often contain just common plant extracts of questionable quality. Now remember radish, a vegetable that makes your eyes water and that we unjustly crossed off the menu. Radish contains lysozyme and sinigrin, substances that have powerful choleretic and antimicrobial effects. It literally flushes the bile ducts. Black radish is a natural antibiotic that effectively combats congestion in the lungs and bronchi, which is beneficial during cold season. Its bitterness stimulates the production of gastric juice, restoring your normal appetite and relieving the heaviness after meals. You fear its sharp taste, but that's where the power lies, making your metabolism invulnerable. A radish salad with oil is a detox procedure costing 20 rubles, which is as effective as sanatorium treatment. Stop wasting money on mild bitters and pills. Eat a real product that will make your digestive system work like Swiss clocks. Radish is a harsh remedy for those who value results over the sweet coating of capsules. Product 19. Whole grain oats. You buy beautiful packets of granola baked in honey and sugar, believing it's the ideal, healthy breakfast for a productive day. You pay for sugar, cheap palm oil, and a pretty picture, only to experience a decline in energy and wild hunger an hour after eating. Meanwhile, on the bottom shelf sits ordinary whole oats or coarse Hercules that need to be cooked for 20 minutes. Whole grain oats are a treasure trove of beta-glucan. Such a breakfast gives you stable energy for 5 hours, preventing overeating at lunch and protecting your blood vessels from insulin spikes. Oats are rich in magnesium and silicon, which are essential for heart health and the strength of your nails and hair. Unlike muesli, there are no hidden calories or preservatives here, just pure earth energy for pennies. You can add a handful of seeds or berries to it yourself, creating a superfood that is 10 times healthier than any store-bought mix. This is the choice of a rational person who understands that real oatmeal is not a minute from a packet, but serious food for serious results. Stop buying desserts disguised as breakfasts, return to whole grains, and your body will reward you with iron health and stable weight. Product 20. Pumpkin pulp versus mango, papaya, and exotic fruits. You crave exotic flavors, and you buy mango or papaya, hoping to get a punch of enzymes and vitamins. You pay a fortune for fruits that were harvested green and transported in gas chambers halfway across the globe. Now look at our huge orange pumpkin, which is a concentrate of carotenoids, lutein, and zeaxanthin. These substances protect your eyes from aging and computer radiation better than any pharmacy supplements with blueberries. Pumpkin is the ideal source of potassium and a rare vitamin T, which helps digest heavy foods and prevents obesity. It contains so much fiber that your intestines will work with the precision of a subway, eliminating toxins and stagnation. Pumpkin pulp is a natural hepatoprotector that restores liver cells just as well as expensive advertised. You can make soups, porridge, or bake it with honey, getting dessert and medicine in one bottle for pennies. Pumpkin stores wonderfully throughout the winter, remaining a living source of vitamins. Stop chasing after the taste of the tropics when you have a product at hand that can replace half of your medicine cabinet and makeup kit. Pumpkin is the true queen of health benefits, which we often perceive as just a decoration. But that's a mistake. We have finished the second 10. Do you feel your inner accountant joyfully rubbing their hands together? And are you growing more skeptical of bright packaging? We have already debunked 20 myths and found 20 ways to make you healthier without using your credit card. But this is only a third of the way. Ahead lie another 46 products, and believe me, we have many more tricks up our sleeves. We will get to every aisle of the supermarket and prove that health is a privilege not of the rich. Don't relax as we will continue tackling super drinks, elite spices, and why your garden is actually a branch of a Swiss clinic. Moving on to the next stage of disinfecting your misconceptions. Product 21, regular dill and its seeds versus liquid chlorophyll. You have been led to believe that without a bottle of poisonous green, liquid chlorophyll for a couple of thousand rubles, your blood won't cleanse and detox won't happen. You drop this goo into water, believing you are connecting with the energy of the sun and the higher powers of nature. But now look at a bunch of ordinary dill that smells like summer. Dill is a natural concentrate of that same chlorophyll, just combined with live enzymes and the essential oil apiol. He doesn't just color the water. He actually eliminates bloating, suppresses putrefactive flora in the intestines, and helps the dill seeds, brewed in a regular glass, act as a powerful antispasmodic and gentle sedative, which is many times more effective than any advertised green drink. You are paying for a solvent and dye in a beautiful bottle when you could simply chew on greens or drink dill water as your mother's. Chlorophyll in dill is in its natural matrix, making its absorption maximal and physiological for your body. Stop sponsoring the producers of Sun Energy in Product 22. Beef spleen versus heme iron supplements in capsules. When your ferritin drops and you feel like a squeezed lemon, you go to the pharmacy and buy easily absorbable iron for an exorbitant price. These tablets often cause constipation, nausea, and a metallic taste, while the level of iron rises at a turtle's pace. Now meet the spleen is an organ where the concentration of heme iron is 5 to 7 times higher than in the liver and any steak. It is a biological blood accumulator that contains copper and vitamin C in ideal proportions for immediate hemoglobin synthesis. Just 50 grams of properly prepared spleen per week can pull you out of the anemic pit faster than a course of expensive injections. This is a product that old-school doctors referred to as a blood-forming bomb, and it is available to you at the price of soup bones. You are afraid of its appearance, but it is in this unremarkable piece of meat that energy for your brain and muscles is hidden. Stop feeding pharmacists by buying iron in wrappers. Return to real byproducts that genuinely change your blood composition. The spleen is an honest answer to chronic fatigue that doesn't require a loan for treatment. Product 23. Clove, spice, versus expensive anti-parasitic complexes and detox collections. You are sold authors' detox programs and jars labeled Clean Body, promising to rid you of mythical parasites and toxins. You pay $5,000 for a blend of herbs, where the main active ingredient is a common spice. Now, open your kitchen cabinet and take out a bag of dried cloves, which you typically add to marinades. Cloves contain eugenol, a substance with such powerful just one clove bud, when simply chewed in the morning, kills pathogenic flora in the mouth and stimulates the production of hydrochloric acid in the stomach. This is the cheapest and most effective way to prevent candidiasis and dysbiosis that doesn't require consultations with nutritionists. You pay for the cleaning marketing when you have a natural fungicide in your hands that can bring order to the entire body. A clove infusion helps deal with sweet cravings. Stop seeking salvation in expensive dietary supplements with mysterious compositions when the power of nature is preserved in a small aromatic bud. Clove is your personal sanitary worker that operates for pennies but with the effectiveness of a professional surgeon. Product 24. Root celery against asparagus and artichokes. You buy asparagus out of season at the price of a kilogram of tenderloin, believing that only these elite... You search for artichokes because magazines have written about their benefits for the liver, paying a fortune for them. Now look at the dirty, knobby root celery bulb. This root vegetable is a true champion in phthalate content, substances that relax blood vessel walls and actually lower blood pressure. It contains more potassium and phosphorus than your expensive asparagus, and its fiber is much gentler and more effective for cleansing the intestines. Root celery is a powerful aphrodisiac and support for men's health, costing 10 times less than any special products. It contains organic sodium that does not retain water and helps joints remain mobile by eliminating excess salts. You can puree it, bake it, or grate it into a salad, achieving restaurant-level flavor for a fraction of the cost. Stop chasing status vegetables when celery is the choice of a pragmatist who knows the value of real health, not just the picture from a cookbook. Product 25. Regular table or sea salt versus pink Himalayan salt. Marketers have performed a miracle. They sold you salt at the price of a... You believe that these pink crystals contain 84 rare minerals that will save you from all ailments, paying 20 times more. Now, turn on your inner chemist. Pink salt is 98% the same sodium chloride as regular salt, and the pink color is simply... The doses of minerals it contains are so minuscule that you would need to consume a kilogram of salt a day to gain any benefit. Ordinary gray sea salt or coarse rock salt contains all the same trace elements in comparable amounts, but without the markup for mountain air branding. You pay for aesthetics and beautiful colors in the salt shaker, thinking it's an investment in health, when it's merely a tax on belief in fairy tales. Salt is just salt. Your task is to control its quantity, not to seek salvation from aging in it. Himalayan salt is a monument to brilliant marketing that made people buy. Return to regular quality salt without additives and anti-caking agents, and you'll save thousands of rubles for no reason. Your body doesn't care what color the crystal is. It needs sodium. Chicken necks versus powdered, quote, bone broth in jars. They sell you, quote, bone broth concentrate in powder form for outrageous prices, promising gut and joint restoration within a week. You mix this dubious extract with hot water, hoping for the miraculous power of lab-sourced collagen. Now turn your attention to chicken necks. The chicken necks are the perfect combination of bone tissue, connective ligaments, and bone marrow that yields a standard broth when boiled for a long time. They contain such a concentration of natural gelatin and the amino acids proline and glycine that your gut is literally sealed from the inside, restoring its integrity. This is the most budget-friendly way to obtain bioavailable calcium and magnesium in a form that the body absorbs 100%. Broth made from necks is a thick, hearty elixir that costs pennies but surpasses any supplements in its restorative properties. Your joints and skin don't know the difference between expensive powder and this rich broth, but your wallet will certainly feel the difference. Stop buying collagen dust in jars when you can cook a pot of real medicine enough for the whole family. Chicken necks are the secret to longevity hidden in the most unremarkable section of the meat store. Product 27. Apple peels, pectin, versus pectin in capsules and expensive sorbents. You buy apple pectin in capsules and health food sections, believing it's the only way to gently cleanse the body. You spend money on sorbents that are essentially just purified fiber packed into a pretty blister. Now remember how you peel apples and toss the skins into the garbage can? Apple peels not only contain pectin that binds heavy metals, but also quercetin, which protects your heart and lungs. The vitamin C and antioxidants in the skin are several times greater than those in the... Instead of buying dry extracts at the pharmacy, just eat whole apples from trusted farmers or bake them with the skin on. This is the most natural and inexpensive way to regulate your gallbladder and ensure regular bowel movements without unnecessary... You throw away medicine and immediately go buy its surrogate at the premium store. Pectin from fresh or baked apples works in synergy with organic acids, making its effect exponentially more effective than pharmacy analogs. Stop being a victim of the habit of peeling everything and return to whole foods that nature has already balanced for you. Product 28. Wheat bran versus psyllium. Psyllium husk. Psyllium has become the new star of dietetics. It's added to baked goods, consumed for cleansing, and sold at the price of elite coffee. You're told it's a unique soluble fiber without which your intestines will simply stop working. Now look at ordinary wheat or rye. Bran is the perfect combination of soluble and insoluble fibers that not only cleanse the intestinal walls, but also serve as the best home for beneficial bacteria. They contain B vitamins and magnesium, which are virtually absent in purified psyllium husk. Bran effectively suppresses appetite and helps control blood sugar, acting as a reliable barrier against excess calories. You are paying for a trend of exotic husk, when there's a tested product available for decades that delivers the same results right next door. Add a spoonful of bran to your kefir or porridge, and you'll have the perfect tool for weight management at a low cost. Stop sponsoring the logistics of psyllium from India when our fields are filled with nutritious fiber that we've forgotten to appreciate. Wheat bran is the foundation of rational nutrition that doesn't require pomp, but simply works. Product 29. Chamomile versus expensive sedative blends. You're in perpetual stress and buying trendy adaptogens like ashwagandha or costly imported deep sleep blends. You believe that exotic roots will free you from anxiety, spending considerable amounts every month. Now remember the regular chamomile from the pharmacy that costs next to nothing and is sold at any pharmacy around the corner? Chamomile contains apigenin, a substance that gently interacts with the same brain receptors as expensive sedatives, but without addiction or side effect. A cup of strong chamomile tea before bed reduces cortisol levels and relaxes the smooth muscles of your stomach, alleviating stress belly. It has so many antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that it can replace half of your home medicine cabinet. You seek tranquility and exoticism, while it waits for you in a simple paper bag filled with dried flowers. Chamomile is the most accessible and safest way to normalize sleep and support your nervous system in a metropolis. Stop overpaying for names that are hard to pronounce. Return to time-tested classics that truly work. Chamomile tea is your budget ticket to a world of serenity. You feel fatigued and buy bright bottles of B vitamins, believing that synthetic pills will restore your energy. You search for selenium for your... And now take a look at beef kidneys, a product that many avoid due to its specific smell and the lack of cooking skills. Kidneys are the absolute champions in terms of selenium and vitamin B12 content, containing more of these nutrients than any superfood or tenderloin. They are a true energy reactor for your body, supporting hormonal system functionality and protecting cells from aging. If kidneys are properly soaked and prepared, you will have a delicacy that surpasses the nutritional value of elite steaks. This is the cheapest way to address deficiencies in key micronutrients without resorting to the chemical industry. You pay for synthetic capsules when you could get live vitamins along with amino acids for a fraction of the cost. Kidneys are the choice of those who deeply understand physiology and are not afraid of challenges in the kitchen for monumental health. Stop wasting money on plastic jars. Learn to cook organ meats, and your body will respond with boundless energy. We have completed the third dozen. Do you already see how the global marketing industry is trying to sell you air in a pretty package? We have analyzed 30 products and found 30 ways to become healthy. Your budget has already been saved by a considerable amount, and your body is starting to adapt to real nutrient density. But this is not even half of our journey. Ahead are still 36 products that will completely change your perception of expensive health. We will continue to uncover facts about spices, grains, and even what you have come to consider weeds. Don't relax, it will get even tougher and more economical. Let's move on to the next chapter of our product inventory. Product 31. Dried nettle versus spirulina and chlorella. You buy pills and powders made from pressed algae for crazy money, believing that the green superpower from China will cleanse your blood and bestow eternal youth. You drink this murky sludge, grimacing, but endure it because the label says superfood. Now remember the common nettle, which you consider a terrible weed and fear burning yourself. Nettle is a concentrate of iron, chlorophyll, and vitamin K in forms that our body recognizes as familiar and absorbs instantly. It contains more protein than some legumes, and its carotene content is higher than that of sea buckthorn. Dried nettle is your free biostimulator. Add a pinch of dried herb to soup or tea, and you will get a detox effect stronger than any imported spirulina. You pay for the logistics of algae across the ocean when gold is growing right beneath your fence at the cottage. Nettle doesn't need advertising. It only requires that you stop being a victim of marketing hype. This is the cheapest and most effective way to restore your complexion and energy to your body. Marketers sell you refined ghee at the price of good perfume or coconut oil, which supposedly burns fat by itself. You spread it on bread, fry with it, and believe you are. Now look at duck or goose fat, traditional products that our ancestors cherished above all. Duck fat has a fatty acid composition closer to olive oil. It withstands high temperatures without smoking or producing carcinogens, making it ideal for frying, unlike many vegetable oils. Goose fat is a powerful immunomodulator that has been used for centuries to treat lungs and restore skin during harsh winters. You are paying for the trend of Ayurvedic products or tropical exoticism when you have a stable, delicious, and incredibly healthy fat at hand for pennies. This is the perfect fuel for your brain and hormones, free from hidden chemicals. Stop sponsoring Indian producers of clarified wonders and return to traditional fats that make food not only healthy, but truly hearty. Product 33. Frozen spinach versus fresh baby spinach in plastic. You buy plastic containers with tender baby spinach leaves for 300 rubles, which wilt by the... You believe these pale leaves from the greenhouse are full of life, even though they were transported in a nitrogen environment to prevent them from turning to slime? Now take a look in the freezer. Regular frozen spinach in blocks costs 5 times less and contains far more nutrients. Shock freezing preserves lutein and folic acid at peak maturity, while fresh spinach loses half its vitamins within a day. 1 block of frozen spinach has the same concentration of potassium, magnesium, and iron as 3 huge packs of fresh. When cooked, the volume of fresh spinach shrinks tenfold. It's the perfect addition to omelets, sauces, and smoothies, providing health for your eyes and vessels at a bargain price. You are paying for air and crunchy plastic when you could be buying a concentrate of benefits from the frozen. Packaged spinach is the choice of a pragmatist who knows that true power is not in the freshness on the label, but in the preservation of molecules inside. Sorrel versus expensive detox complexes with organic acids. You buy cleansing mixtures with tartaric and citric acids to boost your metabolism. These supplements cost a pretty penny, even though they are essentially just attempts to imitate what nature has created in a single leaf of sorrel. Sorrel is not just a soup base. It is a powerful source of organic acids that stimulate the gallbladder and liver function. It contains unique tannins and flavonoids. The amount of vitamin C in sorrel is so high that it can compete with lemon, and its magnesium content makes it an excellent remedy for stress. You may fear oxalates, but if you consume sorrel in season and in moderation, it will benefit your metabolism more than a year-long course of expensive sorbents. It's a natural appetite and digestion stimulant that cleanses taste receptors and wakes your body up. You search for complicated detox formulas online, while on a garden bed or at the market, a living concentrate of health is sold for pennies. Sorrel is your budget-friendly opportunity to reset your digestive system without the involvement of pharmacists. Product 35. Eggshell powder against coral calcium and pharmacy citrates. Pharmacists sell you coral calcium or trendy chelated forms for crazy prices, promising that your bones will become steel-like. You swallow these pills, not realizing that the perfect raw material for strengthening your skeleton lies in your trash bin. Eggshells are 90% made of calcium carbonate, which is structurally almost identical to our bones and teeth. They also contain 27 trace elements including copper, fluoride, iron, and manganese, necessary for calcium absorption. If you rinse the shells, boil, calcine, and grind them to powder, you will get a bioavailable mineral complex completely for free. Add a drop of lemon juice to this powder and you will have calcium citrate, which is absorbed better than any pharmacy concoction. You pay for the marketing of marine minerals when nature provides you with everything you need in a plain egg. It's the cheapest and safest way to forget about brittle bones and dental issues forever. Eggshells challenge the dietary supplement industry, proving that the most valuable things are often hidden behind the shell of what we consider waste. Product 36. Sauerkraut brine against isotonic drinks and electrolytes. Athletes and detox victims buy brightly colored bottles of isotonics for hundreds of rubles. These drinks are full of colors, flavorings, and sugars that cancel out all the benefits of their minerals. Now think about the murky liquid in a jar. The brine contains the optimal ratio of sodium, potassium, and magnesium, along with a huge amount of vitamin C and live lactobacilli. It instantly restores the blood's pH balance and helps muscles recover after exertion better than any synthetic powder. It is the best remedy for hangovers, swelling, and fatigue, costing you not a penny more than the price of the cabbage itself. You pay for the sporty image of colored water when you have an elixir at hand that has saved people from exhaustion and diseases for centuries. Brine is a concentrate of fermentation that makes your gut happy and your mind clear. Drink it in small amounts and you'll see your endurance grow without the involvement of expensive chemicals. Product 37. Sunflower halva natural versus protein and energy bars. You buy fitness bars in shiny wrappers, believing that a mix of soy protein and sweeteners is the key to energy. You pay for them like a full meal, even though they often taste like sweetened cardboard. Now, look at ordinary sunflower halva, the one made only from seeds and syrup. Halva is a concentrate of vitamin E, magnesium, and polyunsaturated fatty acids, which are essential for your heart and nerves. The protein content in sunflower seeds is no less than in those heavily advertised bars, but here it comes together with live oils that nourish the brain. This is the cheapest and most powerful source of energy for those who work hard mentally or at the gym, without unnecessary chemicals and questionable additives. Halva is an antioxidant bomb that protects your cells from aging and provides a feeling of fullness for 3 hours. You fear calories, but 30 grams of halva will give you more benefits than 3 diet snacks from the store. It's an honest, traditional product that costs next to nothing and truly supports your longevity. Stop sponsoring the producers of sports sweet. You chase after broccoli out of season or buy curly kale at a delicacy price, believing dietitians call them the kings of vegetables. You pay for a green health image, even though these vegetables often taste less than appealing. Now pay attention to kohlrabi, a cabbage that looks like a turnip and costs mere pennies. Kohlrabi is called the northern lemon due to its colossal vitamin C content, which is higher than in citrus fruits and broccoli. This cabbage has such tender fiber that it doesn't cause bloating while perfectly cleansing the intestines of toxins. It contains selenium and potassium in ratios ideal for supporting the heart and immunity during the winter months. Kohlrabi is sweet and juicy. You can eat it raw, replacing expensive and useless fruits from the supermarket. You search for exclusive sources of antioxidants, while this humble vegetable offers you. It's the cheapest way to get your daily intake of vitamins without pomp and unnecessary expenses. Kohlrabi is a secret weapon for the thrifty person who values nutrient density over the loud name of the product. Product 39. Parsley root versus ginseng and imported adaptogens. You buy ginseng extracts or imported tinctures for vitality, spending thousands of rubles on small bottles. You believe that only exotic roots can restore your libido and life force? And now take a look at the white, fragrant root of parsley, often sold alongside greens or separately for pennies. Parsley root is a powerful diuretic and detoxifier that cleanses the kidneys and blood more effectively than many medications. It contains terpenes and essential oils that stimulate adrenal function, giving you energy without the caffeine crashes. For centuries, parsley root has been considered a male superfood, supporting prostate health. It is packed with high doses of selenium and phosphorus, essential for brain function and strong nerves. You can add it to soups or grate it into salads, achieving a wake-up effect for your body on a budget. Stop believing in the magic of distant mountains when you have a root in your produce section that can revive your metabolism and rekindle your passion for life. Parsley is not just a spice, it's your budget-friendly path to endurance and health. Product number 40. Rowan berries versus You buy multi-complexes for children and adults in the form of gummies or capsules, spending a significant part of your budget on them. You search for sources of carotene and vitamin P in costly imported berries that have traveled through 3 borders. Meanwhile, our parks and forests are overflowing with rowan berries that contain more carotene than carrots and as much Rowan contains sorbic acid, a natural preservative and antibiotic that kills fungi and harmful bacteria in your body. It strengthens capillaries and lowers cholesterol levels so effectively that it can be regarded as the slightly bitter taste of rowan is a sign of the powerful flavonoids it contains, which protect your cells from radiation and aging. Freeze them or dry them, and you'll have a free source of vitamins all winter long. You walk past this street decoration, not realizing that in front of you is one of the... Rowan is a triumph of accessibility over marketing, a free pharmacy waiting for your attention. Well, we've wrapped up the 40th item. Your refrigerator and kitchen cabinets are already transforming into a health arsenal that didn't require you to take out a loan. We've proven that nettles, shells, and even ordinary brine can be better than hyped brands. We've only just begun. There are still 26 products ahead that will completely... We'll get to the most unexpected sources of benefits that marketers prefer to keep silent about. Don't switch off. The next batch of facts is already on the way. Health is knowledge, and we continue to arm ourselves with it. Product number 41. Dried split peas versus imported plant protein. You enter the sports nutrition section and see cans of pea isolate for 5,000 rubles, promising you Titan-like muscles without any meat. You buy this powder, believing in its unique cleansing properties and amino acid profile, when it is merely processed waste from legumes. Now take a look at a pack of regular dried split peas for 30 rubles. That is the benchmark plant protein. Peas contain their protein is almost completely absorbed by the body if properly cooked, providing you with energy and satiety for long hours. You pay for the brand and chocolate flavor in a protein shake when you could be gaining pure benefits from pea porridge or soup. Peas are rich in selenium, which protects your cells from oxidative stress and supports thyroid health. This is the cheapest way to supply your body with building materials for muscles and blood vessels without unnecessary chemicals. Stop sponsoring producers of sport flour and return to the basics that built empires and nourished the most resilient warriors. Pea soup is your legal and inexpensive alternative to expensive store-bought protein for bodybuilders. Product 42. Seaweed, kelp, in cans versus kelp extracts and iodine supplements. You are told that your thyroid is suffocating without iodine, and you buy Japanese kelp in capsules or overpriced organic supplements at the pharmacy. You spend thousands on pressed grass, believing that only high technology will save your metabolism from hibernation. Now pay attention to regular seaweed in tin cans. Kelp is an absolute champion in organic iodine content, which our body absorbs in just the right amount, without the risk of overdose. It contains the entire periodic table, including alginates, unique substances that act like magnets, pulling heavy metals and radiation out of you. You pay for a marketing tale about oceanic purity in a tablet when you have a living product that truly boosts metabolism. Seaweed improves intestinal function and reduces blood viscosity, preventing thrombosis and strokes in people over 40. This is the cheapest way to wake up in the morning feeling fresh and strong, without resorting to synthetic stimulants. Stop searching for Eastern secrets in plastic. One spoonful of this black gold a day will replace your yearly supply of expensive pharmacy medications. Product 43. Beef heart versus elite steaks and COQ10 supplements. You hunt for marbled ribeye or buy capsules of coenzyme Q10 for 3,000 rubles, hoping your heart won't fail. You believe that status meat will give you strength, and pharmacy pills will grant you eternal youth for your motor. Now look at the beef heart, the purest muscle that worked its entire life without rest or pause. Part 21 of 31. In the heart, the concentration of coenzyme Q10 and iron is several times higher than in any advertised steak from a restaurant. It is the densest source of pure protein with minimal fat content, ideal for vascular and heart health. The heart contains a unique set of amino acids that strengthen your own cardiac muscle and restore tone to the vessels. You pay for the fat layers in marbled meat, but you should be paying for the nutrient density that is only found in this organ. If you stew the heart properly, you will get a delicacy that outperforms any tenderloin in taste and benefits. It is a strategic product for those who want to maintain ironclad health without overpaying for the marketing hype surrounding elite cuts of meat. Beef heart is a concentrate of vitality available at the price of bones, if you know where to buy it. Product 44. Jerusalem artichoke, against expensive prebiotic complexes and powdered inulin. You buy natural inulin in health food stores for a hefty price to save your gut and lower blood sugar levels. You believe that only this white powder from a jar will regulate your carbohydrate metabolism and feed the good bacteria. Now pay attention to the Jerusalem artichoke, a gnarled root vegetable that grows like a weed in every second garden and costs pennies at the markets. Jerusalem artichoke is a natural reservoir of inulin, with a concentration reaching a record 20% of its total mass. It acts as a mild regulator of glucose levels, making it an essential product for the prevention of diabetes and metabolic syndrome. In Jerusalem artichoke, there is more potassium and silicon than in bananas and cucumbers, which strengthens your bones and protects your heart from arrhythmias. You pay for the processing and packaging of fiber when you could eat a living product that surpasses any chemical alternative. Jerusalem artichoke can be eaten raw, baked, or made into pancakes, providing benefits on par with those of an elite Swiss clinic. Stop spending your budget on smart supplements for sugar. Just include this root in your diet and see the results of your tests in a month. Product 45. Wild blueberries, frozen, against lutein in capsules, and expensive imported cocoa. You buy eye health complexes with lutein. You believe that only synthetic vitamins can protect your retina from degeneration. Now look at a bag of wild blueberries in the frozen section. This is your main ally in the fight for sharp vision. Wild blueberries contain dozens of times more anthocyanins and flavonoids than any garden berry or pharmacy pill. They not only improve blood supply to the eyes, but also genuinely renew brain cells, preventing age-related memory changes. You pay for the marketing of, quote, healthy vision, when nature has already packed everything you need into a small blueberry. Blueberries contain... It is the perfect product for those who want to maintain a clear mind and keen eyesight well into old age without spending much. Stop believing in the magic of capsules. Eat a handful of blueberries a day, and your visual system will thank you. This forest berry is an honest investment in your health, that corn silk against expensive kidney teas and detox teas. You feel bloated and heavy, and you buy imported detox teas for outrageous prices to remove excess water and cleanse your kidneys. You believe the advertisements about rare Amazon herbs, even though the effect is often achieved with common diuretic components? Now take a look in the pharmacy and buy a pack of corn silks, the very hairs from the ear that cost 30 rubles. Corn silk is one of the most powerful natural choleretics and diuretics, gently dissolving stones and flushing out sand. They contain vitamin K and unique bitter compounds that reduce bile viscosity and truly aid the liver in recovering after strain. You pay for fancy packaging and promises of cleansing when you have a tested remedy for body purity that has been proven over decades. A decoction of corn silk helps control appetite and reduces cravings for sweets, making it an ideal assistant in weight loss. It is a safe. Stop wasting money on designer collections. Return to the basics of phytotherapy that really work. Product 47. Parsnip root against white asparagus and exotic white roots. You search for white asparagus in elite grocery stores. You believe that only these tender shoots can give you lightness and saturate you with rare minerals. Now look at the parsnip root, white carrot, which lies in the vegetables section for a pittance. Parsnip is a concentrate of potassium, silicon, and B vitamins, which far surpasses asparagus in nutritional value. It contains essential oils that relieve vascular spasms and improve circulation, acting as a gentle remedy for. The parsnip root has been used for centuries as a means to strengthen capillary walls and improve lung function. You can roast it, make it into puree, or add it to soups, obtaining restaurant-level flavor and colossal benefits for your vessels. It is the cheapest way to supply the body with minerals for strong bones and skin elasticity. Stop chasing status vegetables when there is a product right next to you that. Parsnip is the choice of a savvy eater who is not ready to pay for pomp on their plate. Product 48. Canned sprats and tomato sauce. You buy tiny jars of anchovies for 500 rubles to add spiciness and healthy fats to your diet. You believe that only expensive seafood can provide you with the necessary amounts of calcium and phosphorus. Now take a look at the common sprat in tomato sauce, a product that many consider food for the dacha, but which is actually a true nutraceutical. The sprat is a wild small fish that you eat whole, including the bones, giving you the perfect balance of calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium. Combined with tomato sauce, full of lycopene, this dish turns into a powerful antioxidant for your vessels and heart. Sardines and sprats do not accumulate mercury, unlike large predators like tuna, for which you pay 10 times more. This is the cheapest source of vitamin B12 and omega-3 fatty acids that is always available and requires no cooking. You pay for the brand and the imported label when you have a strategic reserve of health in a tin can. Sprat in tomato sauce is a triumph of common sense over restaurant hype. Honest food for those who understand biochemistry. Product 49. Wheat sprouts, grown at home, versus expensive green superfood powders. You buy green superfood blends in cans for 4,000 rubles, hoping for the magical powers of enzymes and live vitamins. You mix this green powder with water, believing it will replace fresh greens and rejuvenate your body. Now, take a handful of ordinary wheat grains for 30 rubles and sprout them on your windowsill in 2 days. Wheat sprouts are pure living energy, where the concentration of vitamin E and antioxidants increases hundreds of times at the moment the sprout emerges. This is the cheapest source of active enzymes that kickstart your digestion and renew blood at the cellular level. You pay for the sublimation and packaging of what nature gives you. The sprouts contain so much zinc and magnesium that they can replace half of your pharmacy vitamin complexes. This is the perfect way to boost immunity in the winter without spending money on dubious green mixes from online stores. Sprouted wheat is the base of live food that costs pennies but delivers results worth $1 million. Product 50. Linden flowers versus expensive calming. You buy night teas in beautiful boxes for hundreds of rubles, believing that only a blend of exotic herbs from Europe can help you sleep. You seek relief from stress in expensive pharmacy mixtures, even though their composition often leaves much to be desired. Now, remember the linden contains unique phytosterols and glycosides that gently soothe the nervous system and reduce blood viscosity, protecting you from night heart attacks. A cup of lime tea is a powerful diaphoretic and anti-inflammatory remedy that flushes toxins from the body better than any detox procedure. Lime blossom contains plant hormones that are especially beneficial for women, helping to maintain youth and hormonal balance without unnecessary chemicals. You are paying for the atmosphere and the brand on a tea bag when you could be enjoying an aromatic infusion that has been considered an elixir of life for centuries. Lime is a gentle protector for your heart and nerves, available to anyone who values the natural strength of plants. Stop overpaying for sleep in a package. Has your inner skeptic started to applaud, and is your wallet showing signs of life? We have already covered 50 products and proven that real benefits do not need golden packaging. We have found substitutes for expensive proteins, iodine, coenzymes, and even elite vegetables. But this is not the end. Ahead of us lies the final sprint. We will uncover the most unexpected things right under your nose and show how they can save your budget and health. Don't relax. The final stretch will be the hottest and most economical. Let's keep going. Chicken liver versus foie gras, and expensive pâtés from farmers' boutiques. You walk into the deli section and see a jar of foie gras priced like a used smartphone, or you are paying for the fatty liver of a goose that has been force-fed grain, believing in its uniqueness. Now take a look at the modest package of chicken liver for penny. Its folic acid, vitamin B9, content is so high that just 100 grams exceed the daily requirement by far, which is critical for cell division and blood health. Chicken liver is rich in vitamin A and selenium in forms that are instantly absorbed, supporting your eyesight and thyroid without any pills. It contains more iron than any advertised red meat, yet it is softer and easier to digest. You are paying for the brand and the status of a fatty French dish when there is a concentrated source of energy for the brain. This is the cheapest way to restore hemoglobin levels and support your nervous system during high loads. Chicken liver is a nutrient standard that does not need pomp. It simply works for your youth. Stop buying status in a jar. Learn to quickly fry liver with onions, and you will gain benefits on par with the best clinics in the world for laughable money. Product 52. Frozen or dried cranberry versus blueberry extracts and imported supplements for kidneys. Marketers are selling you cranberry extract from Canada or blueberry capsules for You believe in the magic of imported concentrates, even though they are often made from the pomace left over from juice production. Now look at our lingonberries, a berry that contains the unique substance arbutin, a powerful natural antiseptic for the entire urogenital system. Lingonberries are the berry of immortality, which, thanks to benzoic acid, can be stored indefinitely while preserving vitamins C, E, and manganese at their peak. They effectively lower blood sugar levels and combat swelling, helping you look fresh in the mornings. You pay for the logistics and attractive packaging of pharmacy dietary supplements, while frozen lingonberries offer you live protection for blood vessels and kidneys for pennies. Their phytoncides kill golden staphylococcus and other nasties more effectively than many synthetic drugs. This is the perfect product for those who want clear skin and a healthy metabolism without expensive chemicals. Lingonberries are northern gold that doesn't need advertising because its power has been tested for centuries in a harsh climate. Product 53. Barley groats against quinoa, semolina, and elite grain mixes. You buy quinoa or trendy 5-grain mixes in beautiful. You pay 10 times more for a product that is essentially just refined seeds of grass from South America. Now turn your attention to barley groats are champions in beta-glucan content, the very fibers that literally eat excess cholesterol and normalize sugar levels. They contain more phosphorus and potassium than most elite grains, making them ideal food for the brain and bones after the age of 45. This product has the lowest glycemic index, giving a feeling of fullness throughout the day and preventing evening raids on the fridge. You pay for the marketing noise around ancient Inca grains, when our native barley is the foundation upon which the health of northern peoples has been built for centuries. It is the cheapest way to regulate bowel function and protect the heart from age-related changes without extra costs. Barley porridge is the choice of a smart pragmatist who... Product 54. Coriander, cilantro, seeds against expensive detox drops for removing heavy metals. You are sold chelation protocols and mysterious drops to cleanse the body of mercury and lead at outrageous prices. You believe that only high technologies can draw accumulated urban toxins from your tissues. Now, take ordinary coriander seeds from the spice aisle, one of the few products whose ability to bind heavy metals has been proven by science. The essential oils of coriander have the unique property of penetrating deep tissues and drawing out toxins from there, making it easier for the kidneys and liver to function. This is a powerful antispasmodic that regulates digestion and alleviates bloating better than any pharmacy enzyme. You are paying for the... It contains linalool, which not only helps digest fatty foods, but also gently calms the nervous system. This is the perfect spice for those who want to protect their brain from oxidative stress and maintain mental clarity into old age. Coriander is your personal free chelator, working quietly, efficiently, and incredibly cheaply. Product 55. Tarragon against... You pay for herb extracts that are often just colored water with a hint of bitterness. Now take a look at a bunch of fresh or dried tarragon, a herb we only know from the taste of childhood soda. Tarragon contains unique compounds that increase cell sensitivity to insulin, acting as a mild diabetes prevention aid. It stimulates enzyme production in the stomach. It is a powerful means to strengthen blood vessel walls and normalize sleep, as it has a mild sedative effect without causing daytime drowsiness. You're paying for marketing promises of quick metabolism when nature has given you a herb that can balance your body's chemistry for mere pennies. Add it to salads or make homemade infusions, and you will see your digestion normalize without expensive supplements. Tarragon is not just an aromatic herb, it's your budget-friendly key to effective metabolism and vitality. Mustard oil against oils of camelina, pine nuts, or walnuts. You are led to believe that only oil from wild nuts for 1,500 rubles will save your skin and blood vessels because of omega acids. You buy these small bottles, afraid to breathe on them, using just a drop, hoping for a miracle. Now look at mustard oil, a product that costs next to nothing, but in terms it contains natural antibiotics, phytoncides, and vitamin E in a form that protects the oil from rancidity even without refrigeration. Mustard oil stimulates blood circulation and has a warming effect, helping your digestion work more efficiently. It is the ideal source of vitamin D and choline, both essential for liver health and the strength of nerve fibers. You are paying for the exotic status of expensive oils when there is gold at your feet that has been considered an imperial product for centuries. Not only is it beneficial, but it also has bactericidal properties, cleansing your intestines of harmful flora with every meal. Mustard oil is a triumph of accessibility over pretentiousness, a straightforward product for those who appreciate fatty acids. Product 57. Beet greens versus Swiss chard and elite salad mixes. You buy chard in expensive supermarkets, believing it's the pinnacle of European healthy living. You think these beautiful stems are the only source of rare vitamin K and bioavailable calcium? But now, take a look at ordinary beet greens, which are often simply... Beet greens are indeed the closest relative of chard, but their concentration of vitamin A, magnesium, and iron is often higher. The leaves of beets contain a vast amount of lutein for eye protection and nitrates that dilate blood vessels and lower blood pressure. This is the perfect green for liver detoxification and improving blood composition. Available to you completely free of charge during the season. You pay for an imported name on the packaging when you could leverage the full potential of an ordinary root vegetable you bought for borscht. Beet greens in a salad or soup deliver a powerful blow against vitamin deficiency and chronic fatigue. Stop throwing away the most valuable parts. Learn to appreciate whole oyster mushrooms versus reishi, shiitake, and expensive medicinal mushroom complexes. You buy reishi or shiitake mushroom powders for You swallow capsules with beta-glucans, not realizing that their closest relatives, ordinary oyster mushrooms, are right at your local store. Oyster mushrooms contain lovastatin, a natural substance that genuinely lowers bad cholesterol without the side effects of medication. Their concentration of antioxidants and selenium is such that they can compete with any quote-unquote elite mushrooms for anti-tumor activity. This is an ideal source of protein and B vitamins that is practically calorie-free, yet provides robust support for your nervous system. You pay for logistics and Eastern myths when plain gray mushrooms offer you vascular protection and bone strengthening for pennies. Oyster mushrooms help detoxify the body from radionuclides and toxins, acting as a natural sorbent. This is the cheapest way to include medicinal mushrooms in your diet that truly work towards your longevity. Stop sponsoring fungotherapy in golden packaging. Buy a tray of oyster mushrooms and achieve world-class results. Product 59. Homemade dried mushroom powder versus flavor enhancers and expensive, smart seasonings. You buy umami seasonings or spice blends, you seek depth of flavor in costly imported sauces, not understanding that it's hidden in ordinary forest mushrooms. Dry any available mushrooms and grind them into powder. You will get a powerful natural flavor enhancer. This powder contains a concentration of proteins and minerals that can turn any budget dish into a culinary masterpiece, without a hint of chemicals. You are paying for the marketing efforts of corporations when nature has already created the perfect fifth taste in the forest. Mushroom powder supports the functioning of your heart and brain due to its high potassium and pantothenic acid content. It is the ideal way to reduce salt consumption without sacrificing the taste of dishes, which is critical for those with hypertension. Stop buying chemicals in packets and return to natural concentrates that cost little but change the quality of your life. Mushroom powder is your secret ingredient for longevity and gastronomic pleasure. Product 60. White beans against expensive protein isolates and calorie blockers. You buy carb blockers at pharmacies or pricey plant proteins, hoping to lose weight and strengthen your muscles at the same time. You spend money on white bean extract, phaseolamin, packaged in fancy capsules, not realizing the absurdity of the situation. Eat the white beans themselves. They contain phaseolamin in its natural environment, which effectively slows down the absorption of excess starch. Beans have more molybdenum and copper than most, quote, superfoods, which are necessary for detoxifying your blood. They are the perfect source of fiber. You pay for an extract of the product when the product itself costs 30 rubles per pack and provides 10 times more benefits. White beans are your natural weight regulator and source of building materials for tissues, accessible to everyone. Stop believing in magic weight loss pills. Use your head and incorporate legumes into your diet. This is the most honest way to maintain your figure and keep your wallet full without falling for the tricks of nutritionists. Product 61. Black cumin, nigella, against expensive immune stimulants and anti-allergic supplements. You are sold unique immune complexes for 5,000 rubles, promising that you will forget about colds and allergies forever. You believe in the secret formulas of laboratories, even though their base is often just ordinary plant raw materials. Now look at black cumin seeds, nigella, which are referred to in the East as a remedy for everything but death. Just a pinch of these seeds a day can reduce allergy symptoms and protect your bronchi from chronic inflammation. You are paying for the packaging and hype of nanotechnologies when you have in your hands a concentrate of power that has been used for centuries by the best healers of humanity. Black cumin supports liver function and lowers blood pressure, acting as comprehensive insurance for your body at a low cost. This is the perfect remedy for those who want to have a steel-like immune system without the side effects of pharmaceuticals. Stop searching for salvation in expensive bottles. Buy a packet of nigella and touch the wisdom of millennia. Product 62. Whey against expensive sports isotonic drinks and protein water. Athletes buy protein water or imported isotonic drinks for hundreds of rubles to recover after workouts and get a... You believe that this colored liquid in a beautiful bottle is the pinnacle of sports science. Now remember whey, a product that remains after making cottage cheese and is often simply poured down the sink. Whey contains the most valuable and easily digestible protein in the world, as well as the perfect set of electrolytes for your heart and muscles. It is full of B vitamins and magnesium, which calm the nervous system and restore strength after any stress. You're paying for a brand in plastic when you could be getting a recovery elixir for virtually free. Whey cleanses the kidneys and liver, helping the body eliminate waste products and excess water. It's the best drink for skin and hair health, costing mere pennies, yet outperforming any Stop flushing your health down the toilet. Start drinking whey, and you will see your body transform without unnecessary expenses. Product 63. Rhubarb against expensive enzyme preparations and extracts for digestion. You buy plant enzyme extracts from tropical fruits for ridiculous prices to relieve bloating. You believe in the magic of papaya and pineapple, forgetting that in your garden grows a powerful digestive stimulant. Rhubarb is a concentrate of organic acid. It delivers a heavy dose of vitamin K for bones and antioxidants for protecting cells from oxidation. You're paying for imported exotic capsules when the sour stalks of rhubarb offer you ideal cleansing and lightness for pennies. Rhubarb effectively combats stagnant phenomena in the gallbladder and helps the body absorb calcium and iron. It's the best dessert for those who monitor their figure and want a healthy complexion without expensive cosmetics. Stop wasting money on jungle enzymes. Return to traditional rhubarb jelly or compote. It's the taste of health that doesn't require a loan. Product 64. Pine needles tea against megadoses of vitamin C and antiviral shots. You buy imported vitamin shots or effervescent tablets with huge doses of ascorbic acid. You believe that only synthetic powder will save you from the virus, even though it often just irritates the stomach. And now remember pine needles, a free source of vitamin C. Pine needles contain shikimic acid, a key component for fighting influenza viruses, on the basis of which expensive pharmaceutical products are made. Brew pine needles like tea. You'll get a powerful antiseptic for the lungs and blood vessels that costs you nothing. It's the perfect remedy for strengthening gums and cleansing the blood, always available in any forest or park. You pay for advertising and chemical fragrances when nature offers you the living force and essential oils for an ironclad immune system. Pine tea is your free ticket to a world without colds and pharmacy queues. Product 65. St. John's wort against mild antidepressants and expensive calming capsules. You feel downcast and buy trendy herbal mood enhancers for thousands of rubles, hoping to regain the joy of life. You believe that only imported formulas can raise your serotonin levels without a prescription. John's wort, a herb that was called the remedy for 99 ailments in Russia. St. John's wort contains hypericin, a substance whose effectiveness in combating mild depression and anxiety has been proven in dozens of world-class clinical studies. It works gently, restoring the nervous system and improving liver function at the same time, which no chemistry can achieve. You pay for the brand and scientific packaging, when ordinary St. John's wort tea offers you emotional balance for mere pennies. This is a powerful antiseptic that heals mucous membranes and protects you from chronic inflammation. Stop searching for peace in expensive bottles. Turn to the power of Russian herbs that truly change your emotional state. Castor oil against half of your cosmetics bag and expensive lymphatic drainage products. Here it is, the final chord of our list, the very bottle costing 50 rubles that replaces a mountain of branded cosmetics. You buy eyelash growth serums for 3,000, anti-wrinkle creams for 5, and lymphatic drainage supplements for endless amounts. You believe in the magic of molecules from laboratories, while ordinary castor oil collects dust on the bottom shelf of the pharmacy. Castor oil is a unique source of ricinoleic acid, which penetrates the deep layers of the skin, stimulating the synthesis of collagen and elastin better than any luxury cream. Apply it to your eyelashes and eyebrows. They will become thick and dark in a month without any hormonal serums. Massage your abdomen with castor oil. You will initiate lymphatic drainage and cleanse your intestines more effectively than after 10 sessions of expensive massage. It's the best antiseptic for the skin and a remedy for healing any cracks, and it costs next to nothing. You pay for the packaging, perfume fragrance, and promises from models and advertisements when you have liquid gold that can preserve your beauty and health for decades. Castor oil is the symbol of our list. Maximum benefits, minimum pomp, and an absolute victory of common sense over marketing madness. Well, friends, we did it. 66 products that prove health cannot be bought. It is earned through knowledge. Your refrigerator is now a fortress, your wallet is well protected, and you are armed against any manipulations. We have traveled from herring to castor oil, proving that true superfoods have always been at hand. Now it's your turn. Take this knowledge, use it, and do not let the marketing machine decide for you. Be healthy, be wise, and remember, the elite are those who can count nutrients, not just those who spend money. See you at the next validation of your beliefs.